DWTS Episode 2 Recap: Why one of the two stars sent home feels really terrible. Warning, spoilers ahead. Dancing with the Stars sent its first two stars home in a shocking double elimination during One Hit Wonder Week. A shocking double elimination rocked Dancing with the Stars contestants Tuesday night during One Hit Wonder's night on the show as NBA alum Baron Davis and actor Corey Feldman became the first two celebrity dancers to be sent home and saw their quest for the Len Goodman Mirrorball Trophy come to an end. "Brit is incredible," Baron said of his pro partner, Britt Stewart, following his elimination. "She's an incredible coach. She's going to win the Mirrorball. I wanted to do that for her, but the judges saw differently." Corey echoed Baron's sentiments of wishing he could have done better for his dance partner. "Jenna Johnson is amazing. I really enjoyed her. I feel really terrible because she deserved better, personally speaking. She was the queen from last year. She deserves to be the champ every year in my book." Jenna is the reigning champion after winning last season with Bachelor star Joey Graziadei, who now hosts the official DWTS podcast. While Corey landed at the bottom of the leaderboard both weeks, Baron had received slightly higher scores and praise from the judges. While not necessarily in the bottom three, DWTS producers stirred up a bit of drama by leaving Ilaria Baldwin as the final contestant to be marked safe before the double elimination. Co-judge Carrie Ann Inaba also made a joyful return to the judge's desk after missing last week's premiere due to feeling quite under the weather. While she didn't elaborate on her current condition, she has previously opened up about dealing with chronic health issues including lupus, spinal stenosis, and Sjogren's syndrome. Last week's premiere saw Secret Lives of Mormon Wives star Whitney Leavitt and wildlife conservationist Robert Irwin at the top of the leaderboard with a score of 15 to 20 each, while comedian Andy Richter and Corey rounded out the lowest scores with 9 out of 20 apiece. Who were the winners and losers this week? Here's how each star performed in Episode 2. TikTok star Alex Earl and pro Val Shmerkovsky. Dance, Jive to Mambo No. 5 by Lou Bega. "I'm all confused and turned around because it's so fast," Alex Earl said in her opening package of the complicated jive Val had choreographed. "Being toward the higher end of the scoring last week was reassuring, and I've unlocked this competitive side of me, but everyone is really good this season. So I need to step it up," she added. And step it up she did, the fast-paced dance, featuring a nod to Alex's affinity for Miami nightlife and a handful of trust falls that we're not sure we'd be comfortable trying so early in the competition, received glowing reviews from the judges. "Thank you for making that my first dance," Carrie Ann said. "You blew me away. You're such a great performer, I had no idea. Sorry, I'm so excited. It was really good." Score, 21 to 30, Carrie Ann, 7 Derek, 7 Bruno, 7, 2-night total, 34 to 50. Scores from both of the first two shows impact this episode's eliminations. Boy Meets World star Danielle Fishel and pro Pasha Pashkov. Dance, Cha-Cha to Rhythm of the Night by Corona. Danielle Fishel's song of choice came out when she was a young teen, newly performing in her breakout role as Topanga Lawrence on Boy Meets World. Her mom would drive her to the set and Rhythm of the Night would dominate the radio daily. "Every time I think of this song, I think about my whole life changing," Danielle said. She pushed through some pain Tuesday night after some complications with a hamstring tear during dance rehearsals. But with the help of adrenaline and some body makeup, she delivered a performance that Bruno dubbed sensual and just the right amount of spice, despite a couple of small issues that she promised to fix. Comedian Andy Richter and pro Emma Slater. Dance, Tango to Its Raining Men by the Weather Girls. Andy came into the competition full of jokes and sarcasm about not being a dancer, but now he's hooked. "Even though it's One Hit Wonders night, I plan on staying on the charts for weeks," Andy said. "I did see people on social media saying don't have a heart attack and it's like, I'm not that out of shape." A stormy and campy performance, accentuated by a bright yellow tearaway poncho and a strategically choreographed wink at the camera, did much to mask the couple's fun but less complicated dance. "You're very entertaining and I hope to see you next week," Derek said. Bruno echoed that the dance was very entertaining, while Carrie called it an improvement from the week prior. Score, 16-30, Carrie and 6, Derek, 5, Bruno, 5, two-night total, 25 of 50. Fifth Harmony singer Lauren Joregi and pro Brandon Armstrong. Dance, Foxtrot to Lovefool by the Cardigans. Lauren Joregi used to watch DWTS with her grandmother, and knows she would have loved her latest performance, which was a pretty sharp deviation from last week's tango. I think Lauren's stage presence is honestly my biggest weapon, Brandon said. She is a natural performer. Brandon's biggest weapon delivered a soft, elegant performance that solidified Lauren as a dancer to watch in the judges' eyes. Carrie found the dance mesmerizing and applauded Lauren and Brandon's easy partnership. Score, 21-30, Carrie and 7, Derek, 7, Bruno, 7, two-night total, 34 of 50. Olympic gymnast Jordan Chiles and pro Ezra Sosa. Dance, Jive to Maniac by Michael Cimbello. Jordan Chiles and Ezra acknowledged the fact that their scores last week were perhaps lower than expected, but Ezra noted that it was a great opportunity to grow. This week's upbeat jive brought fast footwork and an impressive leap over Ezra's 6-foot frame. Jordan is 4 feet 11 inches for those keeping score at home. Bruno noted that she really worked at their notes from last week, and that it showed in this performance. Carrie couldn't stop screaming yes, and likened Jordan's star quality to that of Tina Turner, while hinting that she perhaps didn't agree with the other two judges' low scores for Jordan last week. Score, 22-30, Carrie and 8, Derek, 7, Bruno, 7, two-night total, 32 of 50. Actor Corey Feldman and pro Jenna Johnson. Dance, Cha-Cha to Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. Corey was left confused and hurt after tying with Andy for last place last week. Now, he and Jenna are aiming for a clean slate with a more technical dance from a career performer. I don't want to be voted off after 2 episodes. That would kind of break my heart, Corey said. Donning hot pink from head to toe and a determined look on his face, Corey managed to up his score from last week with some choice gyrating. Despite timing issues and doubts about how much of a cha-cha the dance really was, the judges called the performance unique, memorable, and unforgettable. Score, 15-30, Carrie and 5, Derek, 5, Bruno, 5, two-night total, 24-50. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives star Jen Affleck and pro Jan Ravnik. Dance, Quick Step to Take On Me by Aha. Jen Affleck once made one of her biggest, most viral moments on TikTok with a video dancing to Take On Me with her daughter in their kitchen. Isn't TikTok night next week? But she attempted to go viral again Tuesday night with some impressive leaps, lifts, and light footwork. Lest we forget, this woman gave birth less than 3 months ago. Judges loved much about the technical aspects of the dance, but again warned the duo about Jen spending too much time in the air. Carrie promised not to deduct a point for that this week. The whole time, I just pictured me and my daughter dancing on the countertops, no one watching, Jen said afterward. Score, 22-30, Carrie and 8, Derek, 7, Bruno, 7, two-night total, 34 of 50. Wildlife conservationist Robert Irwin and pro Whitney Carson. Dance, Tango to Move Your Feet by Junior Sr. When Robert's song for this week came out in 2002, he hadn't been born yet. But, he noted, my dad's show was at its all-time high, referencing his late father, Steve Irwin, and his hit nature show The Crocodile Hunter. Robert added as a video clip of Steve holding up his infant son flashed on the screen. There isn't a day that goes by when someone isn't sharing how Dad inspired them. It means everything, because every year I live, I actually feel closer to my dad, ever full of energy. Robert gave an upbeat, charismatic tango performance that Bruno deemed powerful, clean, clear, and full of leading man material, akin to Hugh Jackman. Score, 22-30, Carrie and 8, Derek, 7, Bruno, 7, two-night total, 37 of 50. Parent Trap star Elaine Hendricks and pro Alan Burson. Dance, Jive to Hey Mickey by Tony Basil. The original music video for Hey Mickey was cheerleading themed. Elaine Hendricks was a cheerleader in high school before playing cheerleaders in Romy and Michelle's high school reunion and The Babysitter's Seduction. So why not make this jive cheerleader themed? And why not bring in Tony Basil for a pre-show pep talk? "You are my icon," Elaine told Tony. With two peppy, high pigtails and an ever-present grin, Elaine brought the energy and execution. Even though Derek warned her to watch some of her hand placements, the judges overall applauded her ability to put the fun factor through the roof. Score: 21-30, Carrie and 7, Derek, 7, Bruno, 7, 2-night total, 33 of 50. NBA alum Baron Davis and pro Britt Stewart. Dance, Samba to Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. In 1996, the year Return of the Mac debuted, Baron Davis was playing high school basketball. To get his head in the game, he brought Britt back to the high school gymnasium to meet his then coach, who supported Baron before his eventual NBA drafting. "Didn't have a father present growing up, but he embodied all of that," Baron said. The beginning of his performance brought attitude and an air of ease, but judges lamented that one mistake threw him off for the rest of the dance. Score: 18-30, Carrie and 6, Derek, 6, Bruno, 6, 2-night total, 28 of 50. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives star Whitney Levitt and pro Mark Ballas. Dance, Cha-Cha to Macarena, Bayside Boys remix, by Los Del Rio. "I feel like we're, blowing up the internet right now," Whitney said in her opening package, joking that she's definitely not used to getting all the love from fans after 2 seasons on a reality show where she's often painted as the villain. She certainly wasn't an angel in this week's episode, in a fiery red number performing a sexy, hip-swinging samba. "It was so fast, it was literally nuclear-powered, and so hot, I am melting," Bruno said. "You are fire," Carrie and echoed. With her scores, Whitney again tied with Robert this week for the highest-scoring dancers. Score: 22-30, Carrie and 7, Derek, 7, Bruno, 8, 2-night total, 37 of 50. Ilaria Baldwin and pro Gleb Savchenko. Dance, Tango to What Is Love by Hathaway. Ilaria moved her entire family, 7 kids, it's casual, to Los Angeles for the show and feels like she's being pulled in all directions as a parent and a competitor. "Despite the pressure, it was really nice to be able to share this part of me," she said. "I've seen Alec on a lot of sets, and that's fun. But for my family to come and support me, it's an incredible gift." Controversy over her past professional ballroom experience be damned, Ilaria showed her family a pro-quality tango that Bruno thought offered a wonderful blend of power and elegance. Score: 21-30, Carrie and 7, Derek, 7, Bruno, 7, 2-night total, 35 to 50. The Traitors winner Dylan Efron and pro Daniela Karagak. Dance, Samba to Macarena, Bayside Boys remix, by Los Del Rio. Dylan Efron stunned fans, and Bruno, with his nearly shirtless cha-cha last week, but you can't survive on sex appeal forever. He aimed to prove himself with a difficult samba this week, and, according to judges and the screaming fans in the ballroom, he succeeded, and still implemented some thirst trap bait for good measure. "In all my years of judging this show, I've never seen a contestant quite like you," Carrion said. "You're kind of a conundrum, because a little bit of a beginner, but then those hips are expert level. That's not to take away from all this work you're putting into this. I see, you're learning the technique and that's the difference. It's not just thrusting." Pentatonic singer Scott Hoying and pro Riley Arnold. Dance, Cha-Cha to Blue, Da Ba Dee, by Eiffel 65. Closing out the evening, Scott Hoying opened up about being bummed about lower scores last week. "There were some technique issues and the judges called those out, so I am determined to get that technique right," Scott said. His futuristic cha-cha left a little to be desired, but brought a fun end to a packed show. "Your timing was better, your consistency was better. Keep going," Bruno said. "I still would love to see you take up more space," Carrion added.